Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to another Get Much Higher podcast, the podcast. We've had a good run of album reviews, and we tried out a new type of video with the Meek Mill thing, but we're back to our roots, my favorite series, personally, and we have a guest.
Special guest.
Oh my god, who is it?
I have no idea.
It's 50 Trent. I was joking. I'm just trying to keep things light, guys. It's Fitty Trent. It's our buddy. He is a YouTuber on Fitty Trent. He does an awesome show every single Wednesday called Hump Day Hockey, where he reviews what's going on in hockey, gives you the latest news. It's an awesome show. I recommend checking it out. We'll talk about it more later. What's up, Fitty Trent?
Nothing much. How about yourselves?
We're doing pretty good. Actually, I forgot to mention, Fitty Trent is also a broadcaster here at Van Arts.
Yeah.
And
one of the best.
Aw, thanks, man. I love you too.
Yeah, we only bring the best on, so...
True.
Yeah, so we just became awesome friends here. We have similar mindsets. We all like to, get on YouTube and get our stuff out there and entertain the fans, you. So the millions and millions of our invisible fans. But
you guys are the most popular ones on YouTube, right? You've passed PewDiePie.
Actually, yeah, we are.
Psy is way back behind us, and
he has only
Psy,
2.
Gundam Style.
Yeah.
Fucking 2.5
Oh my
billion.
gosh.
He only has 2.5
billion.
billion.
I thought we were talking about YouTubers, and you come at me with a morbidly obese Asian man.
He's not morbidly obese.
He's not that.
Well, I haven't seen him out recently, so
That's
you don't
true.
know.
You don't know what he's up to.
He could be. He could be milking it in, just fucking off that YouTube money, just eating sticks of butter.
Yeah,
and
he's got those huge bags of Funyuns.
Yeah. Oppa Gangnam Style.
Eat pizza.
Yeah, right? Fuck. Well, we're retarded. What's up, guys? Fitty Trent, you do Hump Day Hockey.
I do
You're a big
Hump
hockey
Day.
fan. You're wearing a hockey hat right now.
Hockey
You're wearing
hat.
a hockey shirt.
shirt.
You are hockey out of
I am.
school.
I am
We
fan of
go to
hockey.
you for hockey news and things like that.
For some reason, yes.
You're a hockey guy. You do Hump Day Hockey. How'd you get into hockey? Why do you like it so much?
Why do I like
Where'd you
hockey
get the
so
idea to do Hump Day
So
Hockey?
many- all the questions
Fucking all
at
the
once.
questions.
We're going to ask you all the questions in the
Listen,
entire podcast.
listen.
Go!
What do you eat? What inspired you to eat that?
Top 5 though.
Top 5 foods that you
My
eat before Hump
favorite
Day Hockey.
What inspired Hump Day Hockey other than just wanting to be as cool as us?
Yeah.
I'm never going to be as cool as you. Let's put that down right away. But
Completely fair.
But what inspired Hump Day Hockey was I created a YouTube channel because I wanted to please people. I wanted to please my friends and that kind of stuff. And I had no idea what to do. And everyone was giving me all these suggestions. And they're all great suggestions. And I really wasn't passionate about any of them, really. But I was really passionate about hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I want to do something with hockey. But nothing, no days in the week relate with hockey. Except for Wednesday, if you call it Hump Day. So I decided that I'd create a show called Hump Day Hockey, where every single Wednesday I'd review the past week of the NHL, the trades, some injuries, the news, the standings, and predictions of what I expect for the next current week. So every single Wednesday you can expect a brand new Hump Day Hockey coming out.
I like that.
I should note a very misleading title if you don't know Hump Day means Wednesday.
It's very misleading, yes.
It could go in a million different directions.
It could. There's no humping.
There's no humping in these videos.
Not
No.
yet. He may evolve.
Not yet,
for
no.
We might branch out to other forms of video production. We talked about that. He's got a cool name for it, though. Fitty Trent.
Fitty Trent.
I can see Fitty Trent on the future top channels on Pornhub for sure.
Let's go 50 minutes with Fitty Trent. Some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The 50-minute man.
Last all night.
Wait, first of all,
50 minutes is not all night. So
for some people.
For some people.
Anyways, this is my first podcast doing it without a beard.
Yes.
you still kind of you have scruff.
You
And
got the goatee.
a goatee.
You got the goatee.
That's something.
It's pretty
man.
bare, though.
I mean, wait. When you I can't even remember when you shaved your face. Was it the entirety of your face? You
except for
this.
this.
You
Yeah.
kept the soul
This
patch.
and
Yeah.
this. I trimmed this.
This actually came back
I knocked
very
it down.
fast.
It has. It's been since Monday, so.
This is a week, and
Sunday,
the camera
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
even pick it up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I can't even pick it up with my own.
There's
iris.
no way you can't see that from me.
With my own
You're
iris.
just saying that because you hate me.
No, I don't hate you.
I can't wait for Movember. I just want to see all this just grow on you.
Are you doing a Movember? Are you gonna like be a total hockey dude now? Like you're gonna go to mustache, the playoff beard.
Oh, yeah.
Go to comb mode.
or a fro, because my hair curls all the time.
I don't know if that's like a popular in a lot of places. But I know that in Grand Forks, where I'm from, like every hockey player ever has like a mullet, and they like chew tobacco, and like it's like a whole stereotype that's very like it's true though. I guess all stereotypes.
Why chew tobacco? Is that healthier? Like
I think that's also a Grand Forks thing, just because a lot like Grand Forks is a very greasy town.
That was a lot of
all my
shout out to Grand Forks.
Yeah,
stay
like,
greasy.
All my friends like play baseball and shit, and then obviously it was a hockey town too, and like I guess combine the two, and you got a lot of chew.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of chew in my town too. In fact, you and I both know how to do that.
Actually, yeah.
Just because when we were in grade 8, like when you have the tins of chewing tobacco to prepare them, you gotta go like that on it. So when we were in grade 8,
you were doing that too. You used to chew tobacco.
I did not, but we had to learn how to do that like all the time.
Can't do that now. Fuck. Well, you guys are fucking greasy as fuck because I didn't know you guys did so much tobacco chewing.
I didn't.
Is that healthier? Is that
no?
Not at all.
It gives you like mouth cancer.
Yeah. Oh, really?
A friend of actually most of my friends that chewed had like distinct scars, and missing gum in their mouth.
Mm-hmm. I always when I think of chewing tobacco, I always think of the episode in Simpsons where Homer gets cowboy boots and starts chewing tobacco, and he starts spitting it into cans, and it makes that certain noise.
Yeah.
That episode. That's all I think about when I think about chewing tobacco or anything like that. Because no one, I've never seen anyone physically do it in front of me. I don't know what it looks like, what it smells like.
It smells like shit. The last time I did it was in Cuba, and
that sounds like shit.
But before then, I didn't do it for a year, and I only did it for a few months. I chewed when I had braces.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I had braces for 3 years.
That would get caught. Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, it took 5 minutes to get the chew out afterwards, and I was like, you know what? As much as I wanted to chew with my friends, it really isn't worth it, so I stopped. And I started smoking. I got my grandpa voice, and now I'm famous on the internet. So.
Yeah, fuck. Anyways, you're a hockey guy.
Anyways.
Enough about chewing tobacco and greasiness in Grand Forks and the Sunshine Coast. You're a hockey dude. I'm a hockey guy too. I like hockey. Yeah. I'm not as knowledgeable about
you wear a hat every once in a while? It's a beautiful hat.
I wear a pretty gangster. It's like that logo
on
my hat. You guys have probably not seen the back of it, but yeah. But you're a hockey guy. I'm a hockey guy to a certain degree, not as in-depth or expert as you.
I'm not expert whatsoever. But
you're pretty expert.
Thanks, man.
He's just being humble.
You look
He's
great
pretty
in
expert
those.
guy.
You look great in those.
Yeah, you look like you're from Grand Forks now.
Nice. They're very crooked. Are they crooked?
They are crooked.
They're pretty crooked.
Yeah.
Just make your little greasy faces with that hat on. Just
with that hat on.
I mean, with that
hat on. I make greasy face with that hat on. I'll take
that
hat
and these glasses. It would be awesome. Who are you taking to win the Cup? 2015-2016 year.
2015-2016 year. To take the Cup, I'm probably gonna go with the New York Rangers.
Whoa. Good call, actually.
Thanks, man. They've done a lot of great trades for their defensemen last year. They have a solid D. Their forwards are just getting better and better every single year. And
solid D. That's why this little kid from Grand Forks is laughing.
He's 13. What you don't realize is he's 13.
Yeah, a solid D. And they really get together and
it's like
just hash things out.
Yeah, I was understanding I don't know shit about sports, so when you throw in little things like that, that's all I'm gonna take out of the sentence.
It's okay. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
Are the New York Rangers good?
They are.
No shit.
They are terrible. They're the worst team in the NHL, but they're gonna win the Stanley Cup. There you go.
That's cool, I guess. Good for them.
They do have solid D though.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And I find any team of any sort, whether it's trust building teams, church teams, solid D's are usually, that's sports.
Do you know sports, Alex?
No.
So half these questions you're just gonna sit here and be like,
I'm gonna ask questions.
Educate me.
hockey.
Well, educate me.
Educate me. Because we also have a lot of viewers south of the border that may not also watch a whole lot of hockey. So hockey is where I'm not gonna play hockey.
Hockey is where.
Well, you're taking the Rangers to win the Cup. Okay, who are they going to play though?
Originally I thought Anaheim, but Anaheim only has 2 points this entire
really shit in the
season
bed.
so far. But then again, you never know. They might be able to pick it up. But honestly, if I had to pick someone right now, I would say Minnesota.
Ooh.
It's a sharp. Thank you, man. It's a shot in the dark. But I'm gonna say
Minnesota. It's a shart in the dark.
It's a shart in the dark. You heard that. Thank you.
That was the worst.
It's a shart in the dark, but they're gonna win.
Yeah.
What about Chicago?
Chicago? I think they're gonna do very well, but I think they're not gonna actually make it to the Stanley Cup final. I think they're gonna make the Western Conference final, but they're not.
It's
gonna
hard.
Make it all the
It's
way.
like no team in probably the last 10, 15 years have won the cup 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Like I think the last team to do it was
Detroit, probably.
Detroit. Yeah, and they went to the finals back to back.
Oh yeah, they went to the finals 5 years in a row.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. But okay, I'm embarrassed about who I picked to win the cup at the beginning of the season.
Who did you pick?
I picked the LA Kings.
Well, that's not an embarrassing pick just yet. I mean, they're starting to pick it up a little bit. They've won, I think, 2 or 3 in a row.
They are a second half of the season kind of team.
They are.
And I think with Milan Lucic in the fold, he's a monster. What's up, buddy?
I
was going to give you a high five. I was like...
That's a really high five.
I did sports last week.
Yeah.
I did Van Nuys Radio News. And,
Tune in.
Tune in.
Mixler.
And I discovered that last week the Canucks were undefeated. Are they still undefeated?
No.
No, they've been defeated.
What happened?
Twice in a row, I think.
2 in a row. We're on a 2-game losing streak. But we'll change it tonight against the Washington Capitals.
Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals roll into Vancouver and take on Daniel Sedin and the Funuckleheads.
Next time on Get Much Higher Sports.
Wait.
Ovechkin got 900.
Wait.
New series!
Whoa.
Sports weekend. Sports Saturdays and Sundays. Do it on the weekends.
That could be like a solo thing, I'm guessing. Oh, actually, no, that'd be a really good idea because we could have it'd be
The guy who knows about sports.
it'd be like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it'd be like Smart and Dumb.
I was making it a joke. You just make
Just
a
made a
personal
personal
attack.
attack.
I'm joking.
Well, okay, so you're picking the Rangers to win the cup.
Yes.
Awesome. You're from Sunshine Coast. I guess there's lots of hockey that happens there.
Not really.
Probably
There's
not.
one team. The Sunshine Coast Blues. That's our one team, and it's for teenagers and little kids.
Are they good?
Okay, so for people who don't know what Sunshine Coast is, because again, people are watching from all over the world.
Yeah.
We've got fans in India, we've got fans in England, the U.S.,
Everywhere.
So, tell us about Sunshine Coast. What is the Sunshine Coast?
The Sunshine Coast is a very, very small community. It's linked to Vancouver, so it's linked to the mainland, but usually people take a ferry to get there because if you want to drive there, it probably takes about 8 hours of logging roads to get there.
Holy shit.
And then you arrive in a bush and they're like, you're on the Sunshine Coast, you have to walk from here. And it's
Is there people there?
There are people there on the
You
Sunshine
know
People
what
Coast.
the population is?
The population, I don't exactly. It's split into 3 main groups, the Sunshine Coast. When you first enter from Vancouver, there's Gibson's, which is mainly a mill located, little area. There's a mill really close to the ferry where you come on, and that's where a lot of people from Gibson's work. And then when you're driving from Gibson's, you go through places like Roberts Creek and that kind of stuff, and then you get to Seashell, which is where I'm originally from.
Seashell, okay.
And that's the Vancouver of all of the Sunshine Coast, and basically you can walk around the entire city in less than a half an hour.
Wow.
It's really small.
That's fucking awesome.
That sounds like Grand Forks actually.
Yeah.
Although it's on a highway though, and the highway just kind of rips right through.
Rips
town.
right through it.
Yeah, everyone knows each other. Everything's closed on Sundays and closed after 5 p.m. basically.
Is it? I understand you may not be of the group I'm about to reference, but with my experience with small towns, it's just full of stoners. A stoner community.
The Sunshine Coast, in fact, has a reputation. I've heard from all my friends who went to other universities. They come back and tell me, they're like, "Well, I went to this party," and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" They're like, "The Sunshine Coast," and they're like, "Oh, so you know how to party hard?" And it's like,
Fuck.
yeah,
it's a small town thing.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
At 420, you guys probably have not gone there, but
No, not yet.
me growing up in Vancouver, living here and things like that, I've had the luxury to go to 420 and be part of it and things like that, and I've met so many people from the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
Like glass blowers and artists and things like that who come down here to sell their products and,
Oh, yeah.
network and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are from Sunshine Coast. That's why when I first met you, I was like, Are you?
Are you? I'm not. I'm one of like the 3 on this entire Sunshine Coast that.
You, your mom and dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Your sister.
And my sister too.
Shout out to Fitty's sister.
Fitty's sister. If she's watching, she will.
She will be watching because
Fitty
she supports you.
She does.
She supports all your friends.
I did. I've told all my family, I'm like, watch these channels. And like, my parents don't even know that I have my own YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
I'm like, watch these channels. And
Well, they're going to find out now.
They're going to find out now. They're going to be like, you've had a channel for like the past 2 months? I'll be like,
Hey, you
it
know,
happens.
got 115 views on my first video. No big deal.
Wow. Triple digits on your first video. Let's talk about that.
It's so boring. I don't know how I got triple digits on my first video.
We got reasonably off topic there. I want to talk about sports again for a second.
Go
for
ahead.
Some reason.
Bring it back.
I am grossly addicted to top 5s, and I want to know your top 5 hockey players.
My top 5 hockey players, like
Yeah.
current hockey players or
You have-
all time?
Let's go all time.
All time?
You
Go.
have 20 seconds.
What 20 seconds?
You don't have 20 seconds. Give us your top 5. Though.
My top 5. Most of them are going to be Canucks because you guys not counting. Thank you, man. Most of them are going to be Canucks because I'm a huge Canucks fan. I have number 1 in my mind, so I'll end with that, I guess.
Okay.
Number 5, I'd probably have to go with the legend Mario Lemieux. That would probably be my number 5 ever.
Respect.
Choice.
Just because he came back from cancer from playing in the NHL and came back and was still a point a game player.
More
and-
than a point of game.
Exactly, and I have respect for that. I mean,
If you look at his stats and you break it down average per game, he has more points per game than anyone.
I know, it's incredible. Number 4, thank you, Alex, would probably be the best defenseman ever in the NHL, Bobby Orr. I have to say.
Nay, number 4.
Yeah, number 4, Bobby Orr. It has to be. Number 3, probably one of the most recognizable captains of Vancouver ever, Trevor Linden. He was.
Trevor Linden, your top 5. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like this is just my personal list.
I'll give you my top 5 after.
Thank you. It's probably gonna be a lot more legends. You know,
Wait,
mine's
is
just
that, I
personal.
just want to throw
flavor.
this in. Is that like a super underrated guy?
He's definitely not top 100 on anyone's list for hockey.
He may or may
players.
not make it to the Hall of Fame.
My friend Colin, or Big Nasty, he has a David Lee jersey. And
Yeah.
he has compliments all the time because people are like, oh, you have a David Lee jersey? Why do you have a David? I don't know that much about basketball, but I know what David Lee is. Like a,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you have Michael Jordan. It's like David
Yeah.
Lee.
It's
Yeah.
like hipsters.
I know. It's like we're bringing David Lee back.
Anyways, we're on.
I have 2 more. My number 2 would probably be the Russian Rocket, Pavel Bure. He's all-time one of the best scorers in the entire NHL. And number 1, the player that got me into hockey, Roberto Luongo.
Whoa.
Yeah, Roberto Luongo.
My music teacher in elementary school was grossly addicted to Roberto Luongo. We had lummy sticks. I'm not sure if that's a thing here. Lummy sticks were this instrument my music teacher invented, where you had these 2 wooden pieces of sticks that you could purchase at an extraordinarily overpriced price, and he'd paint them, and he'd just hit them together and do routines with them, and like toss them back and forth. And he had the one called the Roberto Luongo, where he did that and then flipped them, because like apparently he has really good peripheral vision or something. I don't know. But, yeah.
This is butterfly.
Yeah.
This is butterfly style of goaltending.
Yeah, so that'd be my top 5
Put
favorite.
Luongo in there, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with number 1
That's
down
fair.
because I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mario Lemieux number 1.
Nice. Solid choice. I approve.
I was actually gonna wear the Lemieux jersey today,
Nice.
but I didn't because of this. And number 2, I'm gonna go Pavel Bure.
Very nice.
Right? So
Yeah.
he's the guy who I loved watching as a kid.
Mhm.
Like I still have a Pavel Bure poster at my house.
That's
like
awesome.
an old school one.
That's
Remember
awesome.
those OPG Pavel Bure cards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
So Lemieux, Bure, Gretzky.
Gretzky? Mm-hmm.
How do you not put Gretzky in your top 5?
I
first of all?
didn't, just like that. I'm not the biggest Gretzky fan. A lot of people hate me for it, but I'm not the biggest Gretzky fan. Just like I think that Sidney Crosby is overrated.
Okay. Well, yeah, Gretzky's. Well, a lot of people share that same thought.
I know.
Okay, so then I go Lemieux, Bure, Gretzky, Martin Brodeur,
Oh, yeah. Gotta put
greatest
Marty in
goaltender
it.
of all time.
Greatest goalie of all time.
And number 4, I'm gonna go Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr.
Because I watched a lot of old clips Bobby Orr, and just fucking phenomenal.
It was incredible.
I've never seen anybody go through a whole team and go end to end like Bobby Orr did, other than maybe Bure.
And he was a defenseman too. Like you have to give him credit for that.
Man. He led the league in scoring like 8 or 9 times.
Yeah.
As a defenseman. Wow. Playing defense, meaning you usually sit back and defend in your own zone. You don't go into the other end to score.
I know what a defenseman is.
Okay, I don't know, man.
And he was a good defenseman too in the fact that like he would produce scoring chances, but he wouldn't like sacrifice defense either. Like he'd always be the first one back, no matter what. Just it was incredible.
Yeah, he was an amazing skater, man.
For me, it's probably Lewis Hamilton.
Nice.
David Beckham.
Oh yeah.
John Cena.
Oh.
I'm joking.
John, I forgot about John Cena.
John Cena had a couple great seasons there for the Bruins. And
yeah. 36 points in 2 games was an NHL record.
We go. We went back to sports, but we were talking about Sunshine Coast, where you're from. What was the population there again? Sorry.
Small. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was
less than 1 million.
Definitely less than 1 million.
Less than less than 500,000.
Definitely less. It was probably less than 100,000 people.
Less than 100. So you go from a town.
There were 3,000 or 4,000 people in Grand Forks.
There you go.
Yeah, that's tiny. So you go from a place less than 100,000 people, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys chew tobacco and smoke a lot of weed.
Come visit today.
Yeah. This is a tourism Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast is that kind of town, and it's 8-hour drive of logging road to get there.
If you want, or you can take the ferry.
Or the ferry, yeah.
And that takes like 45 minutes to get there. So
it's a ways out. It's away from a big town. Now you're moving by yourself. You've moved by yourself from Sunshine Coast, living with your family, in a small town by yourself, living in Vancouver, like right outside of downtown.
Yeah.
Going to school, transiting, buying your own food, wiping your own ass.
Yeah.
Like, what is it
I finally learned, Mom.
It took me 16 years.
What is it like,
I learned
man?
3 days ago.
Yeah, what is it like? What is it like to switch over, man? Like, what
it's
are your
incredible.
differences? What do you hate? What do you love?
It's incredible, the entire new experience. And it's like Seashell, our highest building is probably about 5 stories. That's the tallest building in Seashell. So you walk downtown Vancouver and
your school is taller.
It's exactly. It's incredible just to look up and to see the amount of people on the streets and everything. Like the busiest time during Seashell, like it will be packed, but it will be like one street's packed and everything else is empty.
That's it.
So like it's entirely new. The transit's amazing compared to Seashell, because Seashell, if you miss one bus, you gotta wait at least an hour until the next one. Here it's like you can catch a SkyTrain. If you miss that one, another one's coming like 5 to 10 minutes after. Like it's so quick. It's so amazing. Also the diversity of just Vancouver, seeing all like everyone just coming together as a community. It's not just like there's one group of people, there's another group of people. It's just an entire community.
No, like one thing that I always think about, like from town to town, like what's the mentality, kind of like the difference? Because obviously, like here in Vancouver, everyone's down for like yoga and Starbucks, and you know everyone's got their health and diet tips. Everywhere you go, like, you know, I'm sure you picked up on that by now.
Yeah.
Like, what's the vibe like in Sunshine Coast compared to something in Vancouver, and like also like the mentality of the people? Because obviously people here are very like open-minded and left-wing and like into Eastern medicine and yoga and smoking pot.
Yeah, you guys are all about like yoga, Starbucks. Those are the essentials, and like
DMT
sushi.
Conversations on the SkyTrain.
Oh, those are fun ones.
You know, like
those
are good ones.
For ours is very like outdoorsy kind of like mentality, because everywhere that you go, there's a lot of outdoor shops to go kayaking, paddleboarding, hiking, and that kind of stuff, because there's so much forest left on the Sunshine Coast. If you go to Seashell, there's 2 different like oceans or like seas that you can go to go swimming, and beaches to visit.
Is that fair to say?
It's a very laid back community. Yes.
Yeah.
Are there big mountains there?
There are some mountains. Yeah.
I know, like Grand Forks is literally in a bowl of mountains. So like a lot of people that wanted to go and like do nature would just go have fun in the mountains. I actually climbed the mountain. No, like climbed. I was on a path for the entirety of the time. But like, yeah, mountains are fun.
That's cool. Unlike Seashell, anywhere that you go, you can pull over to the road and there'll just be like forest, and then you can just like walk in and get lost. And
that's fun.
One thing I looked at, like, because we just had the election just happened. Like, if you guys don't know, we had a huge federal Canadian election here. I think Monday. What was it? Yeah, Monday. Past Monday. So today is Thursday. 4 days ago, we had just this huge history-changing election here in Vancouver, here in Canada. And one thing I looked at, like when we were looking at the poll results coming in and stuff like that, like the different regions, how they vote, like how they like obviously Alberta is very conservative, it's very right wing, very like right wing mentality. When you even go there and you can talk to people and see the posters and see what they're into and
see the propaganda,
and it's just like, okay, I'm in Texas of Canada, right? But if you go, East Coast Atlantic Canada, it's very like NDP, very liberal, like left wing, like let's think logically about things, guys. Let's be open minded and democratic and nice to everybody and please everyone. And then Vancouver is kind of a mix of both, right? You get both because it's so diverse over here. What's Sunshine Coast like? I didn't really look at how they voted or
the Sunshine Coast. I actually got notifications on my phone about like how the polls like resulted, because I voted at the Sunshine Coast when I was there for Thanksgiving. And so I got like an update on my phone of like how we voted, and 60% of all of the Sunshine Coasters voted Liberal. So
has it always been like that though? Like this year was an exceptional year because Red just took over everything. But
it's usually a mix between Liberal and NDP. Go ahead.
He's biting his tongue.
Go ahead.
I'll go first. I can remember it. You go. You got something to say.
I was just gonna say it's usually a mix of Liberal and NDP. Every once in a while, like every single 5 years or so, like the Conservatives will get like a bit stronger, and then they'll just get weaker again, and then the Liberal and NDP will take over again.
Okay, so Sunshine Coast is what you see is what you get, like laid back downers.
Yeah, very much. It's
Alex.
YouTube Red. I talked about this on the I did news today in my school, and one of the stories I talked about was YouTube Red, which is this new thing YouTube is doing. I'm not sure if they've announced it specifically because Twitch stepped up their game, but YouTube Red basically is a $10 a month, $10 US a month, so I guess $12 for us, subscription for YouTube. They're doing like one of those things where basically we get like more from this free service if we pay, and it looks surprisingly good. Free mobile device downloads from all videos, unlimited like on-demand music streaming. So like anywhere, anytime. I think they're stepping their live streaming up, which is really good. That's something something we could use eventually. Like, I was impressed with, like, we don't use Twitch that much, and you guys might not know what Twitch is. It's pretty much like the biggest website for live streaming, specifically video games, but like a majority. Like
I thought YouPorn was.
That's too, yeah.
I thought a Twitch was like a convulsion in the body when like you just like.
I Twitch a lot actually.
It's how you dance to dubstep, just.
But yeah, I'm really stoked, and I don't know if we're gonna get that or not, but that'd be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Like, there's a lot of other
look into that for sure. It could be valuable, like as far as uploading and things like that.
Yeah, it sounds like it will be, and also just YouTube Red sounds really cool. It's a cool title. I like that. When you said Red, I was like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, that's what they call it because Liberals are red and NDP's orange and.
Is it actually
Conservatives blue?
Color coded for different parties? I know there was like
right
wing and left wing.
Oh yeah.
If you like look on like the roads when they have like those signs up, you'll always see like the colors. And
yeah, Liberal Party.
Oh, that person voted for like that person because that sign is whatever color.
What's purple?
Green is green. There's no one's purple. You can name it.
Purple is Marxism.
You can call it the Purple Party, and it can be all about Purple Kush. I don't know.
Or just things that I care about. That'd also be cool. I'm a big fan of purple though.
I love your hair. I'm a big fan of the hair.
I don't really. It's gross.
It's not as bad as mine.
When are you getting your next haircut? Right?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably a couple days.
Want to go to Metrotown together again and get haircuts?
Yeah, we can go to Metrotown. We can go to Athens and Metrotown.
It's a day.
Oh yeah. My God, it's
comes in here Napoleon Dynamite over here. Jesus.
You're just a scruffy motherfucker. Like, I'm looking at you right here. Like, does this pick up?
I hope it does.
So much hair. You look at this dude, you're like, oh, it's like a short white kid. He's maybe scruffy hair. You get all like up in this guy's grill. This guy's got a lot of hair on his face.
You should see when I shave. This thing looks like there's like a dead mouse and it's just like crawled up. And
I stepped in a dead
Your face was like. Christmas!
I stepped in a dead squirrel on the way to school this morning. It was roadkill. I was walking with my
before
auntie.
the bus?
Before the bus. And it was like on the hills. I said on my... No, it was flat as fuck. I could see its guts and like tell what was what next to it, but I didn't obviously tell until after I stepped in it. And was like, what the fuck did I step on? I stepped on it.
Did it make a noise when you stepped on it?
It didn't. It was too flat.
You know what we should do? If it's still there when you go back, let's just set up a memorial for it and just post that. And we'll go viral.
You're saying that because you're on the internet and you want to look good, but you would not get off the bus just to come and
you
the
would.
Squirrel. That's because it's my stop.
That's what I mean.
You would not. You said we.
Whatever.
You would not.
You should start
I'm telling you to do it, so I'm involved.
You should like wear a suit and like get a shovel.
Hey, take a picture next to it. Oh, like
selfie.
You guys not remember when that stuff happened down the East Coast, like a raccoon died or something in Toronto, and then they set up
at the bus stop.
Yeah, and then there was like a dead.
Everyone took selfies with them.
And it became this huge thing, and then somebody did that in Langley here in BC. Yeah. Like there was like a dead squirrel or some shit, and then somebody set it up there because nobody came and cleaned it up.
Yeah, it took like 3 or 4 days to get rid of the raccoon.
Yeah,
like I think it gets to the point where at least if I was a city worker and I saw a dead raccoon just like with the coolest fucking like things around it with like a memorial and flowers and shit, I
like fuck it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pick that up. Like that is make it a statue.
Then it would like
You're
start smelling.
It's gonna help the city.
Make a statue out of that. Ghosts. Ghosts. No, but like make a statue out of it.
Yeah. Make a monument.
What is a monument?
I don't know, like a little thing to tribute this thing's life or the squirrel's life.
So a statue.
Yeah, I guess.
What's the difference between a statue and a monument?
I guess a monument is more generic. It could be several things.
That's the worst description of a
A monument could be anything.
Well, define monument. It could mean several things.
Well, it's just a more generic term. A statue is very specific. Okay. You're gonna go and sculpt
a monument
can
be like a plaque and like a photo.
This guy just trying to be a smart ass for YouTube.
On the topics of monuments and statues, though, when I get famous, there's only 2 things I really want. I've talked about this a few times.
A cheetah, a platypus.
No, like I want like number 1 is just cool exotic pets. I want like ostrich, platypus, cheetah, all that stuff. But number 2 is I just want a statue of myself, not in my home though. Like the concept of having a statue of yourself, like a life-size statue, just somewhere in the world that isn't in the privacy of your own home, is one of the coolest things in the world.
It'd be fucked up to have a statue of yourself in your own home.
Yeah.
You wouldn't seem very concerned.
Like, I would defriend whoever the fuck that is, because I'm like, this guy's a psychopath, clearly.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. But, like, if you think about statues, how long they're there for, like, how many people, like, see and walk by statues, like that...
Statues can be fucked up so easily, though. Mm-hmm. Like, how often do you look at a statue and like, actually are interested in who the fuck that is? Most times I walk by.
I think if it's a cool statue, I'll look at it sometimes.
If it's a cool statue.
Also, just because my brain...
So what kind of pose will you be in your statue? Would you like?
I'm going to save that for the uncensored version of Get Much Higher Podcast.
There we go.
I'm really not sure if it's safe for this one.
Yeah.
But
this is where we cut back in and it's like, whoa!
Yeah. Like, it's going to be somewhere here. That pose will be somewhere there. I think we'll pull that one off of Wikipedia.
You got a rusty trombone.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah, if I do get a statue, I do need to have a Wikipedia page for it with a diagram as well drawn as the rusty trombone.
I don't know why.
If you're under 13, don't Google it.
Like all day today, anytime we're saying certain things, like I'm thinking about The Simpsons. Like I'm thinking about the episode of Simpsons where Mr. Burns gave Homer that much like money to donate to the children's hospital. Yeah. He goes and donates it, and then they put a statue of Homer Simpson instead of Mr. Burns.
I think I've watched that one actually.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Simpsons nearly as much as I want to. I don't even watch that much television, to be honest, but out of all like cartoons or TV shows, Simpsons is for sure up there.
Oh, Simpsons is amazing.
At the same time, though, if you enjoy comedy, which I imagine is everybody, you kind of have to respect The Simpsons.
And if you enjoy satire.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I forgot what satire meant.
Yeah, I got you now, though. Yeah, okay.
True. If you like satirical comedy, which like I think that's like the most popular thing on TV.
Like Family Guy and South Park. And
South Park
is a crazy good example.
Oh yeah.
Like they have like Simpsons does actually, yeah. Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park all do it, but I feel like South Park is a little more stronger. But like, they take real world issues and things that are actually fucking problems.
Oh yeah.
And they make it hilarious.
They make it hilarious by doing the exact same things that are evil about it, but just doing it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny when people get mad at that. People get mad at them for doing something, but they're not doing it. They're just talking about doing it.
Yeah, they're replicating a situation in their own thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll just reenact something in their own funny little microcosmic way.
Microcosmic way.
Yeah. and it resonates with people just because it has that thread of truth in it. You know what I mean? Like, it has that truth that anyone can relate to because it's real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's way too in depth for South Park,
on
though.
the
People
topic
watch
of,
South Park. I don't think people care about all that shit.
I was gonna say on the topic of cartoons, but I'm not. I guess it's not a cartoon, but it is like an animated show. Did you guys ever watch Wallace and Gromit, or was that a British thing?
I think that was more of a British thing.
I watched like the odd thing of Wallace and Gromit.
So good.
It was very
Maybe
good.
it's a small town.
Oh my gosh.
The things that I saw, I didn't see much of it, but the stuff I watched, I did enjoy.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
like
enjoy it.
that
was
is
good.
like a perfect example of British comedy. Is
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit. British comedy is fucking awesome, unless you're from England, I think.
No, I like Monty Python's. And stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
actually yeah, I take that back. British comedy is fucking awesome. I know from a British standpoint though, looking at Canadian humor, I didn't get anything at first.
Really?
Like I guess it's like that with a lot of things in moving to a new country. Like obviously it's gonna take a while to understand everything, but comedy for some reason stuck out over a lot of other things. Like it's super different, and not to the point in which I could tell you why. But
Well, it's like I would probably say that Canadian and American humor is more crude,
yeah.
more based on like dirtiness and toilet humor and things like that.
That's just the media in general, I guess. But yeah,
It's
that,
based on
Yeah,
the
probably. Yeah, I don't know the rest of British media, but I'm sure it's more like D jokes and things like that.
It's based,
Like you
it's
said.
based on New York Rangers D.
Yeah,
strong D. British comedy is a very strong D.
It's a very solid D.
Solid D. That was it. I'm sorry.
It's all about the penetration.
Mm-hmm.
We were referencing earlier. Penetration was not a part of the conversation.
This
I
was
just really like that word.
Penetration is a good. Flabbergasted is my favorite.
I was about to say.
How good of a word is flabbergasted?
Esophagus.
That's a good one.
Another one is tabulate. I really like that.
What does
term.
tabulate mean?
It's when you're like counting shit, like we're tabulating your votes or some shit.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Tabulating
Also,
how many people fucking chose red over blue.
Red versus blue.
I don't know if I want to say that. Okay. Another fun word, urethral. It's a good one, eh?
It is.
It's like it doesn't necessarily flow well, but it flows like interestingly and it's spelled cool, but not like spelled differently.
Urethral.
Like, urethral. I wish urethral.
The urethral transfer of.
I wish urethral meant something other than the whole of your dick.
Yeah, right?
Like if it meant like describing.
Describing someone.
Like yeah, like
He looks really urethral today.
It's an amazing urethral day we're having.
Can you?
Please say that on the radio next time that you're hosting.
I'll just throw it in. Like the one time where
Just throw it in like somebody's script.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure.
You always write things in my script.
One time, I'm not sure if you were there or not, but I think Brandon was hosting and I was co-hosting, and like it was the very end of the hour, and Dave was in the other room, and you know how when you're sitting in like the hosting chair, you can just kindly like barely through a crack see Dave sitting in his desk.
Yeah.
Brandon just over the music playing on the last song of the morning, he just goes in the mic and goes, Dave, and Dave just goes.
I remember that.
He looks at me, he's just like,
I remember that because I was sitting there and I was like working on something and I heard it and I'm like, that's pretty funny. I'm like, did Dave react? And I just see Dave going.
he laughed though. He laughed about it.
And I almost lost it. I'm like,
That's hilarious, man. You have such a. Yeah.
So I don't know if they picked it up.
Urethra. Epiglottis is another one.
What does
Epiglottis.
epiglottis mean?
Epiglottis is like that little flap that separates the esophagus and the other one, the trachea.
Okay.
he didn't take Bio 12. It's okay.
Actually, I
When you swallow shit, why doesn't it go into your fucking windpipe?
Yeah, it's like that flap of skin that
I
like.
had to drop out of Bio 12.
Did you?
I really wanted to take that class, and I was super amped for it. Mostly because I loved my teacher. But shout out to
More
Mr.
fans.
Knighton if you're there.
Yeah, no.
But,
Look at all the fans outside. I wish you could see it.
they're gone. Nobody's
Like,
there.
was she pressing her breasts up against?
I think so.
Glass? Like,
She still is. Remove the camera.
I wish I had glasses. I'd go like that.
But
Here you go, man.
I really wanted to take biology 12. Like biology 11 was difficult but fun, and I think I was actually passing biology 12, and I was determined to pass that course. And then I got that phone call home to my parents from the teacher saying, "Hey, your son's awesome and everything, but he's not gonna pass his class," and I had to drop it. That was a dark moment in my life. That was also really when I decided I was gonna be famous, though. That's when everything really kicked into play. I was like, okay, can't do school, better do
something else.
drugs.
Famous.
No,
Better do
there's
sex,
there's
drugs,
so
and rock
many.
and roll.
Hi.
Hey,
There's
fans.
so
Oh my gosh.
There's so many people walking by.
There are.
So many. An undescribable amount of people. We currently have a zoo walking through the school. we don't have a zoo.
We have more of a zoo sitting in front of the camera.
This guy, I've seen that guy like 3 times now.
He gave us a
That
nod.
was just. Did he give us a nod?
He did. He was like,
A nod of displeasure.
This is going reasonably.
wasn't that the guy who
downhill.
wanted?
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're gonna call it here because I have a bank appointment and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Unless,
having me.
unless there's anything else.
Well, this is one thought I did have because we were talking about the internet, we were talking about YouTube, we were talking about like, just connecting it to different parts of the world. Like we have fans all over the world in France and Germany, and I'm just getting tweets right now.
Yeah. Your phone is blowing up.
I can edit that.
One thing I always think about is because we were having this conversation the other day on the bus, and we were just talking about like language and how it's different in different places in the world, and we basically just thought about like, hey, like, are we ever gonna adopt like a universal global language? You have something to say, clearly.
No, I was just like, yeah, we talked about this in the bus.
I was just like, yeah.
I got really excited because I remembered it. But
Do you have anything to say about it?
I think it'd be dope as fuck, but I wouldn't want it to be another language because if it happened during my lifetime, I gave French a big old whirl, and then I passed it with 49.7%, and now I'm just done with second languages like that. And I put a lot of effort into that class too. Like
Well-
second languages don't work for me, and in my lifetime, I refuse to learn them.
Comment ça va?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He's down.
Sure. I just asked, how are you? And you're like, sure, okay.
He said okay, he answered correctly.
Yeah, you answered.
Just say ça va mal every single time.
And,
Ça va bon?
Yeah, ça
What
va
does that
mal.
mean?
That means I'm sad.
I know bonjour, au revoir, chat,
Chat.
Feliz Navidad. Well,
That's
Merry
like
Christmas.
language.
Felicidad.
Police nabbed my dad. The police nabbed my dad.
That's so funny.
Languages you brought on the
You were saying.
that was it. I don't want to learn another language.
You don't want to learn another
No,
language?
I think the concept of having a global language in which everybody speaks the same thing. Obviously, accents should stay because they're fucking awesome.
Well, they're gonna
But-
stay, and they're not gonna go for a really, really long time. But if you look at like, the history of human existence, it's been how long? Like, 1 million years, 2 million years. I'm probably butchering it, but something around there. Like human existence, like our current form, with our brains being like this and able to communicate and develop language and things like that. So like all these different languages like Spanish and French and English, they're just basically old languages that were blended in with other ones, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have Latin and Arabic, and then boom, you have French or some shit, right?
Yeah.
That's basically how languages have developed over time, but they only developed the way they are right now when people mixed and people traveled and things like that, and language somewhat changed. There's like many different versions of Spanish or dialects of Spanish and English and French and things like that, and even Arabic. Like if you look in that Middle East, like they speak most people speak Arabic, but there's different versions of Arabic when you go to different countries and things like that, because they intermingled and changed and expanded in all those different ways. But that was like, we didn't have too many people like meeting each other, and it takes thousands of years obviously for languages to change and develop, right?
Yeah.
Like even for us, new words, like in our lifetime, there's only probably 1 or 2 new words, right? So that like now that we have the internet and we have like communication with people all over the world, like what I share, somebody in another language in another country can see and share as well, and pass on to somebody. So the world is a lot smaller of a place now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like global society is such a, like it's so easy to pass information. Back then, before the internet, you had to mail something, and even then, if they got it, they weren't necessarily going to understand it or be able to respond to it quickly or take that information. And who knows? Like, you might be able to say something, and then by then it's like it's outdated. It doesn't even make sense. It's not even relevant anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? The information.
So
No, go ahead.
And in my opinion, having one like general overall language would be fucking awesome. I also kind of like the idea of having the option to have secondary languages, though. Maybe like there is a general language and everybody speaks it, but if you're one of those people that is super into second languages and like that's your thing, then there are other ways. I guess that's sign language, but like but like it brings up the big idea. You like that? But,
sign language.
It brings up like the big point. When the aliens taught us how to speak, why didn't they give us one? Anyway, why didn't they give us one language?
You just couldn't keep the composure, could you?
That's because you laughed. I'm dead serious. Well, when the aliens taught us how to speak, why did they give us different languages?
Because I don't know if the aliens taught. Like, I think we taught ourselves how to speak. I think that's generally accepted by science. But like, I don't think it's gonna be like somebody's gonna come out and be like, "Hey, we speak one fucking language now. Everybody fucking assimilate." Like you know, like I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's something that's gonna happen naturally over thousands of years. Just like the languages that we speak right now have developed, right? Like over thousands of years of just like, let's just make new sounds with our mouths.
Over basically. Like 100 years, like language has just changed tremendously.
Because of the internet. Yeah. Because now we can transfer information.
Because the internet.
Because the internet.
It's an album.
Childish Gambino. But like, because we're able to share and transfer information, that's all it comes down to is like being able to communicate with other people. And I think eventually, naturally, we'll like all adopt an internet language.
I think so.
Like just
a
universal internet language that's going to be written, and then slowly it's going to become universally spoken. Because now, like, think about the words that you've incorporated into your everyday language. Just think about like some of the new words, like
the,
like maybe generational. Like your parents may not say LOL.
Yeah.
Right.
Who says LOL?
People you just LOL, did. Man. We got it on film.
I guess
all the time.
People say lol. People say
that.
OMG.
Branching off ever so slightly, if we all spoke one language, I'd feel so bad for all like the white girls with Japanese letters tattooed on them.
I don't. Well, like I said, it's gonna happen over thousands of years naturally. It's not gonna be like let's decide as a fucking globe.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like we're gonna wake up one day. It's gonna be like here's the new language. Everybody learn it. You got 2 hours.
Forget what Japanese is. Okay, Japanese isn't being shit anymore. No, it's still gonna be around, and people are still gonna be able to understand it. Obviously, and people are like, it's gonna be written. It's gonna be thousands of years of history to go look back at. Just like we can look back at other languages that we don't speak anymore either. Nobody speaks like fucking Latin anymore. Nobody speaks that, and there's so many other languages that aren't spoken anymore. He's walked by like 10 times.
Yeah, I think he really wants this room, and he's like, God damn it, they're still in there.
He's like, fuck, man, I'm gonna go get a bag of Doritos and camp outside. Because that's what we do. Right?
God damn it.
Is the green screen be like, oh my gosh. Do you have an opinion? This has been mean. This guy.
I've been adding some things.
I've been
adding some things.
I'm not listening at all, apparently. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is it good? Yes, no, maybe so.
I think, like, as Brandon said, I think we will have an internet language that everyone will eventually learn, but it will be through time. In fact, I know that some words that are on the internet now are starting to assimilate in other languages. Like, I'll be on the bus, and, like, there'll be people speaking other languages. Like, I won't do any of them, because that's offensive. But then all of a sudden you'll hear, like, this one word that's, like, I know that word, and it's like I use that word and like
on the internet.
I know exactly, and it's like, and they use that word in everyday speaking on the internet as well, and it's like it's already changing. It's like it's slowly taking over.
Laugh out loud, OMG, all those little internet acronyms are universal, man. Like they use that everywhere in the world, and that's like the first step, I think.
You know what?
It's going to evolve and grow as well, though.
Internet lingo, for sure, is going to be a big takeoff for, like, if there was going to be a universal language. Internet lingo, obviously, is going to be a big, like, factor. Cursing, also, though. Like, I've heard, like, I don't want to be racist and, like, by just, like, picking out a random
This is when we're going to cut it?
But, I've heard, like, Asian people on a bus or something use English curse words. Like people that were not speaking my language would I watched somebody hit their elbow on like a fucking thing in a bus and say fuck.
Yeah,
If we make all the words bad, then no, I'm joking. But like I do think it's interesting.
Kind of where we're heading towards, like with all the political correctness, all words are bad. I think somebody was telling me like now like I think it was like handicapped is inappropriate.
That changes a lot though. That's the same thing with like saying black or African American.
Yeah,
like,
but it's the same institution who said handicap was okay, and you don't say mentally retarded, you say handicapped. The same institution was like, no, you can't say handicap anymore. You have to say special needs or something like that.
Did you know that there was a community in like the United States, like when Obama got like elected as president, they said that you could no longer say like black people, you had to say African Americans. Like that later, like that week, that community had to like do a newscast in like Africa, and they're like, the African Americans. It's like, well, they're not African Americans because they're living in Africa, so they're Africans, and it was like,
there's nothing American about them.
You know, and like even if like one of them like slipped up in one. And then said like Africans, and everyone's like, "Oh no, they're gonna be in shit." And they're like, "Well, that's who we are. We're Africans.
These
like,
are Ethiopians, are they not?" Like,
exactly.
This is Ethiopia.
That's who you're from. It's like if someone came in and they're like, "The Canadians."
Like,
huh?
Have I had that talk with you yet?
No.
We'll save that for an uncensored version, maybe. Actually, no. This will be a great note to end on.
Great.
Well, outro it. Actually, no.
Just say it.
Go ahead. Hard cut.
Ethiopian children. I'm not terrified of them, but they scare me like a little bit.
Wow. Why? Do I want to know why?
I can't.
I can't tell you why.
We gotta.
Is it because of those commercials?
No.
Or is it because you watched him to Coney 2012?
No, I've been like I've brushed like over this topic slightly with you. The fact that I generally think my brain works different than everybody else, and that just falls into me.
It's synesthesia?
No, it's not even that. It's just I go off on these tangents in my head and think about the craziest shit that's like in like pretty much at all times, and that's one thing I've nailed it down to. Like Ethiopian children, not a race thing at all, but they scare me.
Why just Ethiopia?
I was about to say, what about Kenyan children?
I couldn't even tell Ethiopian children away from other like kids of that same skin color. I'd have no way of realizing
Ethiopian.
Whether that's it. That's it. It's like, but if somebody was like,
is that why you never drink the Ethiopian coffee that I always get?
That's because that's medium, and I'm not a fucking pussy. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. I also said pussy really weird. Sounded like I never used the word before. Pussy. We gotta end this, guys. I tried once, but I have a bank appointment.
You do.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel like a dick, but
No, it's good.
I hope you enjoyed your time.
I loved it. Okay, I've been talking about it for so long on my own channel, and I've been hoping and praying every single day that I would actually get the chance to be here, and I'm here.
You are here.
It's
man.
a dream come true.
The boyhood dream.
Exactly.
Right over here, man. Fitty Trent, you have it here. Talk about your channel though, real quick before we cut this.
My channel, it's Fitty Trent, Fitty space Trent, and there's nothing much really entertaining about it, but there is Hump Day Hockey every single Wednesday. So if you're a fan of hockey, come listen to my remarks, and if you don't agree, please do give me your opinion on the comments, and who knows?
Upcoming video?
Upcoming video. I'm right now working on a music video called Fitty Girls, thanks to this guy. Because I made a music video, it was taken down, but now I'm trying to recreate California Girls by Katy Perry into my own version. So hopefully you'll see that within the next month or so, probably. But yeah.
And as always, guys, I'm Alex Robinson.
I'm Brian Budgeon. This is Fitty Trent.
Love you.
Peace out.
Fuckers.
Why do I like
Where did you get the idea to do Hump Day
So
Hockey?
many. All the questions.
Fucking all the questions.
We're going to ask you all the questions in the entire podcast.
Listen.
Go!
What do you eat? What inspired you to eat that?
Top 5, though.
Top 5 foods that you eat before Hump Day Hockey.
What inspired Hump Day Hockey other than just like wanting to be as cool as us?
Yeah.
I'm never going to be as cool as you. Let's put that down right away. But
Completely fair.
But what inspired Hump Day Hockey was I created a YouTube channel because I wanted to please people. I wanted to please like my friends and that kind of stuff. And I had no idea what to do. And everyone was giving me all these suggestions. And they're all great suggestions. And I really wasn't passionate about any of them, really. But I was really passionate about hockey. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I want to do something with hockey, but nothing, like no days in the week relate with hockey, except for Wednesday if you call it Hump Day. So I decided that I'd create a show called Hump Day Hockey, where every single Wednesday I'd review the past week of the NHL, the trades, some injuries, the news, the standings, who, and predictions of what I expect for the next current week. So every single Wednesday you can expect a brand.
Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to another Get Much Higher Podcast, the podcast. We've had a good run of album reviews, and we tried out a new type of video with the Meek Mill thing, but we're back to our roots, my favorite series, personally, and we have a guest.
Special guest.
Oh my god, who is it?
I have no idea.
It's 50 Trent. I was joking. I'm just trying to keep things light, guys. It's Fitty Trent. It's our buddy. He is a YouTuber on Fitty Trent. He does an awesome show every single Wednesday called Hump Day Hockey, where he reviews what's going on in hockey, gives you the latest news. It's an awesome show. I recommend checking it out. We'll talk about it more later. What's up, Fitty Trent?
Nothing much. How about yourselves?
We're doing pretty good. Actually, I forgot to mention, Fitty Trent is also a broadcaster here at Van Arts.
Yeah.
And
one of the best.
Aw, thanks, man. I love you too.
Yeah, we only bring the best on, so.
True.
Yeah, so we just
Fuck
became
this.
awesome friends here. We have similar mindsets. We all like to, get on YouTube and get our stuff out there and entertain the fans, you. So the millions and millions of our invisible fans. But
You guys are the most popular ones on YouTube, right? You've passed PewDiePie.
Actually, yeah, we are.
Psy is way back behind
I
us,
know.
and
He has only
Psy,
2.
Gangnam Style,
Yeah.
fucking 2.5 billion.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he only has
I thought we were
2.5
talking- I thought we
billion.
were talking about YouTubers, and you come at me with like a morbidly obese Asian man.
He's not morbidly obese.
He's not that.
Well,
He's
I
not-
haven't seen him out recently, so
That's
you don't
true.
know.
You don't know what he's up to.
He could be. He could be milking it in, just fucking off that YouTube money, just eating sticks of butter.
Yeah,
And
he's got like those
Korea.
huge bags of Funyuns.
Yeah. Oppa Gangnam Style.
Eat pizza.
Yeah, right? Fuck. Well, we're retarded. What's up, guys? Fitty Trent, you do Hump Day Hockey.
I do
You're
do
a big
Hump
hockey
Day.
fan. You're wearing a hockey hat right now.
Hockey
You're wearing
hat.
a hockey
Hockey
shirt.
shirt.
You are hockey out
I
of
am.
school.
I am
We
a fan of
go to
hockey.
you for hockey news and things like that.
For some reason, yes. And
You're a hockey guy. You do Hump Day Hockey. How'd you get into hockey? Why do you like it so
a
much?
new Hump Day Hockey coming out.
I
Also,
like that.
I should note a very misleading title if you don't know Hump Day means Wednesday.
It's very misleading,
It
yes.
could go in a
Yeah.
million different directions.
It could. There's no humping.
There's no humping in these videos.
Not
No.
yet. He may evolve.
Not yet,
For
no.
now.
We might branch out to other forms of video production. We talked about that. He's got a cool name for it, though. Fitty Trent.
Fitty Trent.
I can see Fitty Trent on the future top channels on Pornhub for sure.
Let's go 50 minutes with Fitty Trent.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
50 Minute Man.
Less all night.
Wait, first of all,
50 minutes is not all night. So
for some people.
For some people.
Anyways, this is my first podcast doing it without a beard.
Yes.
you still kind of have you have scruff.
You
And
got the
like,
goatee.
a goatee.
You got the goatee.
That's something.
It's pretty
man.
bare, though.
I mean, wait. When you I can't even remember when you shaved your face. Was it the entirety of your face? Oh, you
except
kept
for
this.
this.
You kept
Yeah.
the soul
This
patch.
and
Yeah.
this. I trimmed this.
It actually came back
I knocked
very
it down.
fast.
It has. It's been since Monday, so.
This is a week, and
Sunday,
the camera
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
even pick it up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't even pick it up with my own
There's no
iris.
way you can't see that from me.
With my own
You're
iris.
just saying that because you hate me.
No, I don't hate you.
I can't wait for Movember. I just want to see all this just grow on you.
Are you doing a Movember? Are you gonna be a total hockey dude now? You're gonna go to the mustache, the playoff beard?
Oh, yeah.
Out of Colton mode.
or a fro, because my hair curls all the time.
I don't know if that's a popular in a lot of places. But I know that in Grand Forks, where I'm from, every hockey player ever has a mullet, and they chew tobacco, and it's a whole stereotype that's very it's true though. I guess all stereotypes.
Why chew tobacco? Is that healthier?
I think that's also a Grand Forks thing, just because Grand Forks is a very greasy town.
That was a lot of
all my
Shout out to Grand Forks.
Yeah,
Stay greasy.
all my friends play baseball and shit, and then obviously it was a hockey town too, and I guess combine the two, and you got a lot of chew.
Yeah. There was a lot of chew in my town too. In fact, you and I both know how to do that
Actually, yeah.
Just
What does that mean?
because
Anything?
when we were in grade 8, like when you have the tins of chewing tobacco to prepare them, you gotta go like that on it. So when we were in grade 8,